This is not going to be an easy one because of all the information that's been uploaded, including by myself recently. Uh, and so I'm going to throw in a bunch of crap to try to kill a bunch of birds with one stone because there's so much there. And like on Warlike Wrath's excellent video a month ago about proof Kenny Veach is still alive, there's so much there. It's like a 45-minute video, and I'm not going to sit here and do a 30-hour perfect video. But anyway, I want to stick to some key points about the family as it relates to the break-in video. And I've talked about this before, that all of the people are good people. Susan Veach, Debbie Veach, Ray Veach, all of them. So this got nothing to do about accusing one family member against the other. Actually, that's not my business, and it's normally not something I would be talking about. But I do want to address about the break-in video. And the relatives all confirmed it was him. Okay, well, they didn't. They didn't, nor did the detective. I don't believe that detective made a statement, well, that proves it's him. No. Also, if you look back, for instance, at this video,
welcome.
And you scroll down the comments, actually, there's quite an exchange down here between Susan Veach and the Jack Uzi guy. Jack Uzi also is, I believe, is an imposter. Because last night he responded to me as if he was like a family member or a deep personal friend of Kenny Veach. But if you look down at his comments, which he appeared a month ago, if you look down at his comments, he actually knows very little about it. And so when he said, well, we all saw him, he looked good to me, that leads me to believe he was professing to be a family member, which he was not. And you can look at his videos, he's not even in the area until he tells me otherwise, or someone otherwise. But let me stick to the critical point about the family members. Susan Veach did not even know about that break-in video until the headline news just recently contacted her. She didn't know nothing about it. She didn't know nothing about Debbie Veach and Ray Veach. Remember, I believe she's divorced from Ray Veach. So her connection with him, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not saying anything bad about Susan Veach, but her association with the so-called family is that she was married to Kenny's brother. That's it. That's it. And so you assume, well, she's blended in with the family and knows them, associates with them. Well, that's not what I see. If you look down these comments, fine. I don't want to do it now. It'd be a 2-hour-long video, but it's right down there that in the exchange, you will find out that Susan Veach had no connection with it until the headline news little special that they did. She didn't know nothing about no break-in video. She wasn't in association with Debbie Veach nor the ex-husband that I think is ex-husband. I don't know. But here's the critical point that I don't want to lose. I don't want to drift away from it. That people say, well, the family members said this. That proves it's him. Okay, so they go by what the distant family members say, but they ignore what the other family members say, like Kenny Veach's brother. Okay, well, Kenny Veach's brother said, I can't say it's him. I don't think it's him. Debbie Veach says, I can't tell. Okay, well, immediately that doesn't add to the thrill. So they become co-murderers, conspiracy people associated with killing him. So if people are going to go by what the family says, why pick and choose only certain key members that are pretty much distant relatives and ignore what the others say? Now, Vicky Veach, the daughter, well, she knew nothing about it. And she saw the video, well, of course she's going to say, oh, God, that's my dad. I can't believe how he did this cruel thing. And so here's another key point, and it's hard to keep this together, but the comments by them show that nobody knows that Kenny Veach is alive. The only person that could know that would be the brother, Ray Veach. That the others, it caught them totally by surprise. Totally by surprise. And so Vicky Veach, the one thing they point out is, well, Vicky Veach said, and here's the proof, that he was murdered or whatever, did this. Well, Vicky Veach knew nothing of what was going on. She said, oh my God, that's my dad, and he went missing several years ago. And yet in those years, that she was given no word from Ray Veach that, okay, we think he's alive, he's living a different life, and whatever. I mean, she was a suffering daughter that he supposedly left behind being such a cruel maniac. Well, no evidence exists of him doing that, only suspicions. So she's the daughter. She's as close as it gets, and yet over a period of 7 years, she got no word, no information, nothing sent to her in the mail, like a locket showing that, okay, this is your signal, I'm alive, please don't grieve, whatever. No. And the other relatives also show in their statements that they knew nothing, had no information that Kenny Veach was secretly alive, and they knew it. They knew it. So that's what I spot from it, is that. Not to look at a break-in video and then the brother says, and Debbie says, well, I don't think it's him. Well, okay, now I ignore that because she's a co-conspiracy person, and he murdered him, or he's hiding him up there in his house in Colorado. Remember, he's in Colorado, not Las Vegas. And so everybody ignores the close relatives and yet gives great credence to what other distant relatives say. Now remember that Susan Veach, great person, sincere, but she's got an axe to grind. And also in this string down here, that she also says, and I'm not going to go through and get it, but repeatedly she says, you wouldn't believe what the Veach family will do for money. Okay, that shows bias. That shows bias from a divorce. You wouldn't believe what the Veaches will do for money. So it shows bias and a leaning towards, pointing towards the Veach family as they're all in it. They're all in it together. They know where he is. He's up there hiding out in a Colorado home. So that's one thing I want to get across about the family, that people pick and choose what they want to have maximum thrill, okay? Ignore what Ray and Debbie say and the other relatives say that they can't be sure it's him. No, you go with the one that says, we know it's him. Vicky, almost a teenage girl with kids running all over the place. Oh, God, that's my dad. How could he be so cruel as to do this? Well, what it shows is that up until a few months ago, that she had no idea, like, if he was running around alive.